Oh, that's what I was gonna do. Yeah, I'll be right back, guys. I'm wearing my work shirt. And not that I'm super worried about this happening because of the way Dollar Tree is, but, oh, I said their name too. I just don't want them kind of associated with this video. Okay. We're back. Sort of. Alright. I was just wearing my work shirt and I didn't want it to appear in this video because I don't want for some reason to Dollar Tree to see this and be like, we don't like our shirt being associated with this kind of stuff. So, you're fired. I'm doubtful that will happen, especially since I am so good at the store that I work at that I would have to like do something super serious, like steal stuff for them to think about firing me, which I wouldn't. But anyways, I'm going to be cooking myself some dinner and talking about the solution to the deepfakes problem. This will be a lot nicer than the Mother's Day video because I have an idea of what I'm doing. It's not anything really fancy. It's just going to be simple. But anyways, the deepfakes problem. So if you haven't heard what deepfakes are, there's a really great video by Tom Scott on that. After this video is done being live, I will try and put a link to that in the description. If I forget, screw them in the comments. But deepfakes boils down to this, free, yes. I think it's also open source, which means that anybody can have access to the code for this. But it's basically computer learning that is really good at taking somebody's face and putting it on somebody else's face. And what a lot of internet people are doing with this is they're taking famous movie stars and sticking them onto porn. Yeah, no, I'm not going to go look any of that up. But that's what they're doing. Now, the real issue with this is it's basically a lot easier to fake things. So like if there was somebody else who was approximately my same body build, and then they went and they beat somebody up and did some horrible things to them, and then somebody took that and deepfaked my face on there, I could look like it was me that did it. And that's it. That's an issue. And this is something that I never really thought about, before deepfakes came around. But there are lots of times where I'm like, so what if I did this for a video? Oh, well. How would I prove that I actually did it in real life and I didn't fake it in the computer? Oh, well, I could have a bunch of people watching. And then how would I prove that they weren't in on it? And I could do this. And I could do this. And then it always boiled down to, all that stuff is great, but everybody has to trust me. And that's true. You guys have to trust me when I make a video. And I think one of the strongest things, too, is kind of going down the path of that would take quite a bit of time to fake in the computer, so why? But aside from that, it just really boils down to trust, and there's a lot of untrustworthy people now. Alright, let's get this going here. Turn it up to 8. I'll go power in a second or two, a minute or two. But it boils down to trust. Frank's, Bar S, chicken and pork, baby. I don't like beef. I'm going to turn this down like 6 again because this is disgusting. It's got like some stuff on the outside of it. So it boils down to trust. You got to trust me or anybody that you're watching here on YouTube or the internet. Trust them. Well, I'm not saying yes, trust them because they might not be trustworthy, but you kind of have to trust, people that they're doing that. And also like I try to be the same online as I am in real life. It is slightly different, which is why I started the, what was it called, the Random Things series? Or Strange Things Episode 1, a PJ Tornado story. Go check that out if you want to hear a really crazy story, completely made up by yours truly. But, yeah, so I try and keep the same persona on this channel as I have in real, same me as I have in real life, you know. I'm tempted to fry the hot dog, but that's going to be way splashier than French fries, and I don't know, so I'm just going to pop it in the toaster oven. So, trust, but then again, there's a lot of people that we can't trust. And especially with deepfakes and all of the advancements in computer technology, and how it's relatively easy for, I don't know, like, putting acting aside, a couple of years ago, I watched some, like, airsoft action movies that were made by 12-year-olds, and they actually did a pretty good job with the special effects and making it look like there were actual muzzle flashes coming out of their toy airsoft guns. So it's not too difficult for people to fake lots of different things. Some stuff is harder, but some stuff is pretty easy, and it depends on how much time you're willing to spend on it. So here's my proposed solution for deepfakes. So you have special cameras, maybe even all new cameras from this point on. They can be used just like a normal camera. Put an SD card in, whatever you want, just like a normal camera. Great, good. Transfer to your computer, your phone, whatever. Do whatever you want with it. But if you ever find the need or want to use, if you ever find the need or want to use any of those clips in a court case, you will then have to send the camera off to a specific government-trusted place. More on that in a moment. And there's a special part of the camera that's encrypted, and it contains the footage. And if you have certification, go through lots of training and background checks. Not like CIA level, but you go through training and some background checks. Then you are certified to decrypt that portion and remove the footage that way. And so then you know, oh, this guy at this agency did the special work to get it off. We can trust that this footage wasn't doctored on somebody's computer at their house and actually use it in court. So, yeah. You know, and that reminds me really quickly, I think there was an episode of Perry Mason where someone had, like, spliced a reel-to-reel recording of somebody talking. So, ever since recorded stuff has been around, I guess people have been doing that sort of a thing here and there. But, so anyways, yeah, now, the government trusted thing, though, I didn't really think about this at first, but, I was telling this to a customer in the dollar store, and he was like, I'm not sure about government trusted, or I forget exactly what he said, but it got me thinking, and I realized, oh, yeah, the government right now maybe isn't the best. It's a lot trickier to trust them. There is the whole kind of issue with the, with net neutrality. A lot of people are going to disagree with this, but, the one thing is that I forget now, because it's been a while since we even thought of net neutrality. I've just been going about my merry life doing YouTube like always. So far nothing has happened. But it was something like the... Ew. There's some floaties in here, like seasoning or something. I'm going to fish these out. But it's like the net neutrality, it kind of sort of packaged the internet much like it does the mail, where with the regular postal service, there's like this rule or thing that they're required to transport anything as long as it's not illegal. And the government decides, yeah, it looks like just seasoning or something from maybe last time I made fries. Still gonna be cautious though. But so as long as it's not illegal, and the government is the one who decides that it's illegal. So maybe one day, you know, they might say, you know, I want to send flowers in the mail, which would be dumb, but they might say that, fake flowers, and you can't send fake flowers to your grandma. But in regards to the internet, that makes it scary, because then, you know, like, you seriously, what if the government is actually being bad, and so a lot of people are trying to communicate on the internet about the horrible things that they are actually doing, and make it known to not only the rest of the world, but to other people in former resistance. They could easily target all that stuff and just remove it, not let the messages go through, and have cops show up at your house, which they kind of sort of already do. It's a double-edged sword. I like privacy, but at the same time, I respect some of the back doors and, you know, government being able to find out about pedophiles and stuff and, you know, stop them. Okay? So it's a double-edged sword there. But so back to the deepfakes thing, though. You know, I kind of agree with the Dollar Tree customer. You know, it might be a little bit awkward, or no, not awkward, but it's a little bit touchy to say government trusted agency. But then also, like, you can't really go outside of the government as far as court cases go. They are kind of sort of part of the government. They abide by U.S. laws. I don't know what you have to do to become a judge, what kind of background it is. And there are some great judges out there. So I could see it going the way of, I went to the government trusted agency and had them take the stuff off of my camera. And then, like, secretly, though, that one of the many agencies that do this was actually specifically hired by, like, some dude in the government who asked them to doctor the clips up. But the judge, he's totally fine. He's looking at this fair and square, and so is the jury. They're all looking at this fair and square and making fair decisions, except for that one dude who was paid by the president or whoever to doctor in some clips up that I sent them. I get that that's kind of a worry and that could happen, and, you know, you could be cutting off legitimate evidence. You could be having a legitimate judge who's nice and fair, but then all of a sudden, you know, it's like the police go there and they have orders to have the clips doctrinated so that it looks like they were in the right when they weren't, you know, case against the government. Which reminds me, there was, I forget what their names are, but there's like it was the 5. I forget what number 5. Quadruple is 4, but 5. I forget what that's called. But like the 5 kids that were born sort of premature back in like the 19-something 60s or some time long ago in Canada, I want to say. And like the doctor was praised for saving them, and they ended up becoming a popular tourist attraction while their parents tried to fight the government to get them back. And I believe they did actually win and get their kids back, but it had been like so long that their kids didn't really recognize their mom, and I feel really sorry for them. But the thing that I'm bringing up there is in the movie, I saw like most of it on TV, like halfway through to the end. There's one point where this one attorney or whatever is like, nobody sues the government and wins. Well, I'm pretty sure that they won. And one final note on that, it was pretty like, it did get pretty serious along there, where like they were told they could come visit their kids anytime, and then eventually, oh no, but you might make them sick because you're not in this perfectly controlled environment that we have them in, where every once in a while we'll take them out onto the lawn for all to see in their little strollers or buggies. Blech, I'm sorry, guys. That's horrible. Grade got to that doctor, but so nobody sues the government and wins. Interesting proposition here. I'm gonna turn on the fan. Turn this down a bit. Need a lid here too. Get myself some splashies. I've also had twice where I've used this pot, and I use the smaller pots in general because I don't want a lot of oil, but I need it to be small enough that the oil rises above the fries. I've used this one, and 2 times I've had to boil over, and so then I've had to clean up the oil with, like, I just grab some toilet paper and wipe it up, and then go burn it in the fireplace. So we're on 7 now. But yeah, so that is an issue. I see the government could be doing something messy like that, but at the same time, like I said, you're going through the courts, and so you kind of have to abide by their laws. So I don't know what else to do beyond that, aside from what we kind of sort of maybe, there's still oil in this one from when I fried last. My bad. I don't know what else to do other than the stuff that we already do to kind of sort of make sure that nothing shady goes on within the government. Yeah, but so that's basically it. We gotta have cameras that are encrypted, and if you want to use the evidence in court, oh, here's the lid. The only way to do so oh goodness, no. Oh, 400? I didn't even watch the temperature. So yeah, the only way to do so is to get it decrypted and send it off. I'm going to pull that fry out now. But I want to show you guys something here really quickly that caught my interest when I really noticed. Yeah, you're crisp. Didn't notice how hot it was getting. My bad. Should probably have a long sleeve shirt on or something, but here. I'm going to pull you guys around to the other side and hope I don't splatter my phone. So here. Cover some of the house mess. Oh, long tripod legs are hard for squeezing in spaces. Ah! Okay. Oh. Yeah, you see a little bit of the table there. I'm going to have to... It's going to look blurry, but I'm going to zoom you guys in. And I've got it on 5. So... What I want you guys to hopefully see is how fast it goes down when I add these cold frozen french fries. You know what? I'm not going to drop them in because of splashies. I'm going to spoon a bunch in. This is always scary when I get the oil too hot. And these fries are a bit melty too, so they're going to be a little bit more splattery than usual because the water is... I'm safe. I'm okay. I'm okay. Now that once you get at that stage, then you're usually safe to like... Put more in. We actually have a deep fryer, but it's sat outside for a long time because we don't like frying inside the house. But lately I've been like, no, I want my fries fried, thank you very much. And turned on the hood and then, but it just has the smell. But I got some cleaner for it, so I do need to go outside and actually clean that thing. And then we wanted to make like a nice enclosure for it. So we could fry outside, but also, I'm thinking like a greenhouse or something out there. So you can go outside and it won't get dust and stuff on it. And we went from 400 down to under 300 degrees Fahrenheit on the thermometer. Now is the point where I kick my temperature back up to 7 on the stove and let these crispy up a bit. And then, that, you can't really avoid this splashing in. I probably got some on the towel. This is where I come in with my mom's genius, sort of. That other fry was actually perfect. I took it out just at the right time. Come on. Zoom out here. So, something that my mom likes, she's proud of. Soap. Or some water and a little bit of soap. So when I'm done, I'll spray this on, a few squirts directly on there and be able to wipe up the oil with ease. It's nice. Put a little on the towel. When I cook, though, I can't just spray this inside of the pot 99% of the time. Noodles are frying. But I'm always cooking with oil like this. So this, you have to have a lot of soap in there, or it's better just to put a good, I don't know, 1/4 teaspoon to 1/2 teaspoon of soap in the pot and scrub that on. I can never get the oil off. Even if I have like soapy water with like, I don't know, fill up the sink and then put a whole 2 tablespoons or so of soap in there. Yeah, no, my mom's like, oh my goodness, use just a little bit. I'm like, Mom, I cooked with oil again. I have to. Trust me, I've washed the pots your way with my oil cooking and then come back to it. And they're still oily after they've dried in the drain rack. So, yeah. But anyways, that's cooking and my solution to the deepfakes problem. I think, actually, I'm going to let you guys finish seeing what I'm making. But yeah, that's what I think is the best solution that we can come up with right now, okay? Because also, like, I was just thinking, what if you had an agency that wasn't part of the government? They weren't necessarily government trusted, but at the same time, I don't know, don't we already have that? Don't we already have organizations that the government trusts, but they have also, like, sworn and given us a lot of transparency to prove that they're not persuaded by the government? Because if we have that, then that could be a hope for the future for this thing. But going through the government, you kind of have to have the government. They kind of have to be accepted by the government. You know, like, you can't say, oh, yeah, I had this dude right here get the encryption fixed. And you can't say, I had this dude here do the encryption or decrypting of the files, and we're good. Because then the government or the judge is going to be like, and so, okay, how do we trust this guy? How do we trust that he actually decrypted it right and didn't mess with it afterwards, or let you mess with it? You know. That's why the whole certification comes into play. That's why we're stuck, okay, as far as that goes. So enough about deepfakes. I probably should tack cooking onto this too. Because, yeah, I'm going to go on at the end and add a quick dinner making. So yeah, I have a cooking show. I have a cooking show on my YouTube channel, and this is kind of fall in that category, so I should do that. Now actually, here's something cool. Here's a little tip for you guys here. Because once the oil's done, I don't pour it straight into the jar, although I'm sure the jar that I keep it in might be able to handle the temperatures. It might. Although I'm very questioning and cautious about that. These pots, however, can take the temperature change. They're totally fine with that. Well, one of them, a big pan that we have, did kind of sort of get a little bit bent on the bottom. And I'm not sure why. Maybe we pushed it beyond the limits. But we had a guy come to our house. Like, we won a free showing at our house with a pan. And then, like, he would make us dinner that we could eat. But also talk about the pans and how good they are. They're Nutristal. The big point here with this, can you guys see that dial there? Yeah. The point with these is, you want to cook in the green. Blue is cold, but green only goes up to 80 degrees. And the big thing is, like, if you boil broccoli and then you have green water afterwards, that's the nutrients from the broccoli and you're losing it. Yeah, unless you drink the water too. So, but who drinks broccoli water? I mean, I don't even cook my broccoli. I don't like cooked broccoli. But yeah, that's the thing with these. And they're said not to warp. So like if you cook chicken in them and there's like stucky bits to the bottom, which they don't have any pores. So they're smooth perfectly, so there's no little crevices to keep dirt in from last time you cooked food. But you put chicken in there, you cook it, and then there's stuck bits to the pan. Go straight over with the hot pan to your sink, splash cold water, and poof, release all the stuff. So, but what I'm going to be doing here, though, is, my goodness. Oh, the sink's clean. Cool. What I like to do is to speed up the process of this here. I'm going to go ahead and actually put the plug in the sink. Also grab some ice and pour that in alongside there as well. I'm going to get some ice from the fridge. Stop the water there so we don't, whoops. Oh, I thought for a second there I had the hot turned on it. Nope. Pour some ice in around there. Oh no, splashy. That's not, no. Shoot. Now it's tilting. Now, there's a little bit too much water in here, so okay, the lid keeps it solid down good. You can't let it float, and you really need to try and avoid splashing. Because what you'll end up doing, if you don't have the hot oil splashing out at you right now, you will just end up having water. You'll have water. Did I? turn the toaster oven on. You'll have, oh I did, thank goodness. Oh goodness. You'll have water in your oil when you go to cook with it next time, and it will sputter and splash. If you think that did happen though, I'd recommend, you know, put it in, you can go cook it off now and re-cool it down. Or just put a warning label, like, warning, may contain trace amounts of water. Put lid on pot while heating to ensure, you know, with a little bit of a tilt, like this next time. So there's a way for the steam to get out, but you don't have hot oil splattering everywhere. Or a splatter shield would work too. We actually used to have a splatter shield. It's basically, I used one earlier, but it's a mesh strainer, but completely flat, and it covers a pan. So then any steam and stuff can rise and smell get out still, but the splattered oil will most likely come up and just bump into this and stick to it. So I'm going to test the temperature of our oil over here. Oh goodness, that lid is going to put too much water in. I'm going to drain some of this water because it's too floaty. And I touched the hot lid, and it was unpleasant. I don't think I burnt my hand, but hey. We are at, oh, it's still rising, so gotta be careful because my hands are wet now too. Okay, so we are at, it's rising. Alright, I'm gonna let that go for a bit and finish up my fries. Did I mention I was hopping into the bathtub? Because that's kind of what I'm quickly doing this for. So. Okay. Oh boy. Now we run into a weird sort of predicament. I have a big bottle of Tabasco sauce that I probably should use. But here's the thing. I don't want to have lots of different sauces and stuff on stock. Spices I'm fine with, they last a while, but sauces don't last as long. And so I don't want to be like, oh, and this recipe of mine that is so yummy, use Cholula. And this recipe of mine that is so yummy, use Tabasco. And this recipe of mine that is so yummy, use Frank's Red Hot Slam with Sriracha, my favorite sauce ever. Seriously, I love this stuff. Hashtag not sponsored. I love it. But, yeah, and I just don't like the idea of having so many different sauces on hand. I I made orange chicken, and I decided to pony up and blast through that reason of too much stuff on hand and buy some rice wine vinegar because the recipe called for it. And so I did. And it's actually really good. And I actually like it, and I have no qualms using it now. But it's kind of sort of like a regular ingredient, where it's having multiple sauces. I don't know, maybe I'll be okay with it. But this is my favorite sauce, and actually what happened was we got some of these the Christmas that I started working at the Dollar Tree, Christmas 2017. And my mom got one for me, because she knew I like Sriracha, and, you know. And I love this stuff, it's the best, even better than normal Sriracha. Knife! I feel like cheese. No, I feel like this is the kind of thing where you kind of expect cheese to be on it. Kind of want cheese to be on it, maybe, but then again, I'm picky about my cheese. And the cheese that we have right now is some, it's some mozzarella cheese. Mozzarella and cheddar are sort of safe. I'll talk about this later on. I don't want to talk about cheese right now. But I will say that the mozzarella that we do have right now is okay. I got it on sale at Smith's. It was on sale, and I'm like, oh, I'll take a gamble. Oh, this is actually good. I'll go buy the rest, and so I did. So it's safe cheese, but there's something about it that's not perfect, and I think I like not the low moisture skim milk cheese, which this one is. I like more the real mozzarella. So, yeah, this stuff is good. Packs just the right amount of heat and a lot of flavor. tastes good. This hot dog is lonely. There we go. Yeah, no. Ah, moth got away. That's weird. Usually I'm not even swallowing moth. Ah, goodness, it's way too much. Burn my mouth out on that. Yeah, usually I'm not even bothering going after the moths, but lately I kind of have a little more. I don't know what they're eating at this point in time. But yeah, we do have, not huge. It used to be worse, but there's a small moth problem. Actually, no. One of the things the moths are going after, which I do need to thwart this problem, birdseed. Oh, dude. Dude, I got a cool idea. Oh, yeah. I just realized how I can make this totally epic. Man, now I kind of wish that, like, the Let's Talk thing was separate. Because I would totally title this, like, Epic Fries. And I can do that as well. But also, titles, there's a limit for live titles, so this has to be edited afterwards. And also the fact that, I agree with a lot of YouTubers that it's nice if your title's not too long and, like, kind of cut off. This is the cheese I bought on sale. Price. I'm trying some right now just to confirm that there's something about it that I'm not super a fan of. Because with this, I feel like the cheese is going to come out stronger than with the pizza that I've used this for and stuff. The main thing I don't like about cheese, I will say though, is like, so if you eat, Gouda, it's like smoked Gouda and a few other cheeses are okay. But like, so if you eat some cheddar cheese, and there's that sting to it, that you can also taste if you eat certain kinds of mozzarella and Gouda and other cheese in general. That one cheesy sting that's kind of sort of ubiquitous and unique to almost every, or not unique, but the same across almost every kind of cheese. I don't like that. So I'm guessing mild cheddar, but I haven't tested yet. All I know is, like most local restaurants, I'm fine eating their cheddar cheese. But then if you get like an El Monterey frozen bean and cheese burrito, it's disgusting. Tina's frozen burritos are amazing though. Oh, I haven't had one in a while. But then again, also I've kind of worn them out. Okay, so, no. I was about to say yes to putting cheese on top of this, but now I just said no. Bathtub's probably getting cold. Oh well. I even left like a little bit of the bathtub empty so I can pump more hot water right when I get in, but I didn't leave quite enough done. I didn't think it'd be this long. Hey, I'll be okay. Well, let's finish this up here. You know what, too? There's something interesting that I found. It's like, so we got some, I'm gonna get one more thing. My parents might be, my mom said they might be home too. So if they are, hey, whatever. We got a big thing of garlic powder, like the cheapest we could get at the store. And the point of this was that this is gonna last a lot longer than regular garlic will. So if we ever run out of garlic or our garlic goes moldy, you know, no worries, we have garlic on hand. But then I've ended up finding several uses where, like, I totally want garlic powder because I don't want to have to cook the garlic in, and I don't want to put raw garlic on top of it. Wait, no, hold on. Hold on, yeah. So I was going to use garlic powder here, but I'm actually going to switch it up a bit and use something else very special that I absolutely love. We're almost done here. I should check the oil, too. Or what? We're going to take the oil really quickly and pour it off into a container. So we're sitting right at like 120 degrees. So it's still warm, like Oh, by the way, this is a sunflower oil, sorry, not safflower, sunflower. This is used, so it doesn't have quite the same effect because I've used it a few times. But the first time that I decided to use sunflower oil, because over olive oil, it has a higher, like, smoke point, better for frying. Man, those fries tasted amazing. Now I'm looking for, oh, here it is. Looking for the little strainer that I used earlier to filter some, oh. Here goes my, yeah. The lid took a faceplant onto the floor. If it was a bottom-up plant, like the back of it, it'd probably be okay. We need to get new lids. We have a lot of jars and stuff, like Adam's large peanut butter jars. Unfortunately, however, the lids have been around so long that they kind of look gross. Oh my goodness, I think I found watermelon peanut sugar in here from Christmas. But yeah, they end up looking gross. I just realized that I washed this out earlier. Let me give this, say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shakes. That's the minimum that I do for like shaking water out of stuff. But I'm doing this to strain off the bits so I don't have fry bits in here. But, oh goodness, there's water pouring out of the handle of this. How disconcerting that water just went up all in the handle. Pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I heard my parents. Alright, well, there's a lot of bubbly stuff. That's probably where all the water went, because oil floats on. So there, oh, wow, look at this. We have like oil, and the water is floating on the oil and not going through the strainer. So, cool, I guess. Hey guys, I'm live. Keep that in mind.
Hey.
So,
Hello, live.
hello, YouTube. Yeah. I don't remember even if I said hey YouTube at the beginning of this video. Man, I need to get better sleep because I've been forgetting things. Like today was a long day at work because it was a 6-hour shift, where normally they're like 5-hour shifts or something like that. Yeah, sounds right. And I'm starting to do longer shifts at the dollar store because of so that way there's somebody already there in case somebody else doesn't show up. But the one thing that happened is I was going around putting go-backs away, and then I noticed a basket on the ground. I'm like, who left this here? And then all of a sudden, the items in the basket sparked my memory of like, oh yeah, there's 2 glowing, 2 light-up Princess Wand things, and one of them is broken. Because of what happened earlier with the customer and how they picked one that was broken, so I told them to go get another one, and they did, and oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I forgot about that happening earlier just today. Oh, boy. How did the basket end up getting left here? I don't know. Probably because I got called up or something. Or a customer distracted me. I don't remember. So anyways, yes. Yeah. So I've been actually getting better sleep lately, which is nice, but I need to get even better sleep. So it just has me worried that there are some things that I'm just kind of forgetting lately. But then also the dollar store is a job where things can kind of sort of get a little bit blurry with the number of customers that you see and stuff. And although I have pretty good visual memory, and I'm somewhat okay at like memorizing, certain customers and stuff like that, especially after seeing them multiple times. But I totally get what the lady said at the DMV a couple of years ago when I was going down to take the test so I could get my learner's permit again. And she was like, yeah, I see too many people, so I'm not going to remember your face. You're literally going to have to tell me your name. My reaction to that was when I got back up there and she's like, name please. I'm like, oh my, I didn't say this out loud, but I'm like, wow, she really doesn't remember me from just being up here. Okay. I'm glad that she said it too, though, because I probably would have been a little bit more offended and felt it rude. I don't want that much pepperoni. I'm going to eat one, though, because I love pepperoni. Which is why I bought a whole bunch of pepperoni snack bites on sale at Smith's. Like an overstock or something. So good. Yeah. Let's hurry and finish this up here. And I need a chef knife. Hold on. Before we do that, though, we have the oil to clean up. So go ahead and grab the rag here. I'm pulling the plug on the sink. Let that drain out nicely. So what I like to do is I get my rag wet in the sink a little bit. Just a little bit. There we go. Moist. Nice, moist. Let's get you guys over just a little bit. Just do a couple of squirts of this on here. And then we just go over and we wipe her on up. I give a little wipe to the backboard, definitely to the side over here. We get a little bit of oil under this guard thingy jigger here. Pretty good. And you know, sometimes, a lot of times I don't come back and like rinse it and then wipe again, but I will this time. Just because I was thinking about it, and there probably is a little bit of soap residue left, so yeah. Come back and give her a second wipe because I rinsed this out. Alright, we all good. Then, oops. Back to the masterpiece being cooked over here. Okay. Where's the one? They're probably in the dishwasher. Hi. Knife. Okay. One second. I am. These are the pepperoni bites. These would be a lot better for this, but I'm going to use that because that pepperoni's been in the fridge for like who knows how long, and so it's going to expire before these do because they're unopened. There's also mini pepperonis that are the same thickness as this, but they're mini. But those are also like really expensive, and so I've never bought those. They're by the same brand. Nope. Not going to see me doing that. Way too expensive when the big stuff is just as good. Especially if you slice it into little strippies. I don't know. You guys can see the fries. Should have poured the hot sauce on top afterwards, but oh well. Now, this is a meat cutting board. Vegetable cutting board's in the drain rack. It's dry. But, especially since... No, I was just going to cut these pickles on the meat cutting board. But I just want to keep it safe, even though all I cut was pepperoni and it has been cleaned. I'm just going to keep things safe here. Let's do 5 pickles. Let's spread out the pepperoni a little better. Okay. My masterpiece, epic fries. So yeah, the new title of the video is going to be the solution to the deepfakes problem in making epic fries. Whoa. Oh. Want to see this, guys? Come see. Oh, this is not gonna work. Oh, kind of. No. Yeah, you guys are. You can kind of see it. It's a little bit blurry, but to me and. I'm going to get my camera and take a good picture of that in a minute. And then if you guys want to see that, let me know. And I'll link you guys to wherever I posted it. But that's cool. Anyways, I'm going to taste these fries. I'm going to cut. And then I'm going to quickly wash my pot out. Call it a day. Please don't pop bubble inside of soap squirter. Pickle a pepperoni. A fry in a hot dog with some sauce. Should have been a little bit smaller hot dog slices. It's good. It's good. And I like to believe that I'm good at telling what